Hello, people of Earth. First, let me make an annoying noise and get that out of the way. Hold on. I'm just making sure I piss you off now, so that you don't have to worry and wonder whether I'm going to piss you off later in the video. Here's another annoying ass noise. Got a few more. And there we go. That's not all of them, but it's enough of them for you to get the point. So today, we're at the cabin again. As you can see, parents are inside. And today I brought my MCX pellet gun just to shoot a few rounds. They take this giant ass CO2 cylinder, and they're not super cheap. They're not like necessarily overly expensive, but it's a big ass fucking CO2 cartridge. The normal ones are like this big, not this big. So I don't shoot this thing very often just because it's wasteful to do so. And then we've got some pellets. I guess my dad bought these because I don't use mine enough, and they started corroding. They actually started corroding. That's how little I shoot the pellet guns. Anyway, I'm gonna strap up and then let's start the video. Alright, I got the chest rig on. That's what I meant by strapping up, by the way. Let's get this out of the way for now. At least today, that's what I meant. And it's not like I've never opened this thing before. I just put it in the box for transfer because I don't want to drive around with something that looks like a honey badger in the back of my car. It needs to be in a box, or else people, if they look in, they're going to be like, holy shit! And I don't need the Romeo sight on this because it looks cool, but to be honest, with the air gun, or the pellet gun, it doesn't really fucking matter, to be honest. The iron sights do fine. I don't even have to use the iron sights because I can just look at where they go. And yes, this is just basically gun safety training. It's fun, but I do stuff like this to keep myself in check, just in case I ever need to actually handle a firearm, which I'm not supposed to have to do right now. I'm supposed to not do that. Wait, which way did I just pull this out of? This way, right? Once again, I don't actually shoot this thing a lot. I just keep it at home for the most part, just to keep me company. There we go. Okay, so basically the way this thing works is that the cartridge goes back here. You have to screw it in, which is why it has these special threads. And I just got the Sig Sauer branded one, just to make sure it was compatible with this. You can probably use other ones too, but I've only shot it once. And I always recommend keeping the manual for things and keeping the box for things like this. Super important. And I read the whole manual before I shot it. You should always do that. Always read the whole freaking manual. And if, you know, I'm not wearing eye protection right now because I'm very familiar with this range, which is not even a range, it's just my freaking, I grew up here, you know? Like, I spent weekends here growing up. I was even here before I was born because my parents got married here. And I was in my mom's belly already. Actually, wait, what? I was born they got married in September. I was born in January. They got married on 9/10. And that was in 1994. And then in 2001, 9/11 happened. And it's never forget. And I just take it as like, oh yeah, now my parents will never forget when their anniversary is. I mean, that's not the only way I take it, but yeah, that's essentially the gist of my ideation. This is a really good herbal tea that I recommend. Alright. And notice how I'm not rushing. Because A, this isn't a combat situation. And B, even if it was, you still shouldn't rush. You might want to speed up a little bit, but you should never rush this sort of process. Because safety first every single time. Alright, let's see. I don't need to make any adjustments because it doesn't matter how accurate I am right now, because I'm just having fun and double checking my safety standards. So let's begin by loading the belt. I'm pretty sure you can load it also from like sticking them in like this, but I prefer just to pull the whole thing out. And now I've already forgotten which way it goes, so I have to put it back in and take it back out. And there's no shame in double checking this stuff. It's actually, I would actually recommend it. Not too many times or else you'll develop OCD. Okay, so see, it goes, this is the way it goes. If the magazine goes like this, then when you pull it out, this is forward. And as long as you can remember that, that means if I put this face down, that's how I should load them in. The pellets are facing away from me right now. That's how it goes. Like this, facing away. Also with this pellet gun, I've noticed that, and it could just be the pellets being slightly deformed because they're not competition pellets or something, but or are they competition pellets? Recreational. These are not competition. Yeah, but I always notice that a few of them tend to stick. They tend not to get ejected from the belt. But that's, once again, that's okay. Most of them get ejected, and they go pretty far and pretty fast. I think these might, let me see. Yeah, I thought these are lead. I could tell because my fingers are going numb. Not like numb, but like, you know, that top layer, or you can just feel it. You can just feel the change in your system when you handle lead. Frankly, I probably should be wearing gloves, but I doubt this is enough lead to cause any poisoning. There's probably more lead, way more lead in the water in the POW camp I was in. Notice how I called it that? Remember that. Remember that very, very exact wording that I used. Yeah, like I was saying, I have a Romeo sight, but I find it's more effective on the MCX Rattler. Oh no, this is the Rattler. On the MCX, what the hell is the other one called? I forgot already. The airsoft gun that I have, not the pellet gun. Oh damn it! I loaded them all in backwards. I could have sworn my protocol was perfect and everything. You know what's funny about that? No, I didn't. I was just about to say something about quantum reversal, and then it fucking resolved itself. That's why when you fuck around with this shit, you gotta be careful. It's not just dangerous because you could poke a hole in something. It could be dangerous because you could lose your damn mind. And before you even ask what the fuck was that, I just told you what it was. It was a quantum resolution to an unresolved state caused by a Mobius strip that I created. Alright, and now we're going to put this cartridge in here and hope for the best. Hopefully nothing explodes or anything. And what I'm doing is I'm pressing the button and then screwing it in. You want to make sure that it's got a really good seal, but you don't want to overdo it because you could cause damage to the cartridge and to the pellet gun. And hopefully it's in. I don't actually know if that was a good application or not, because I didn't hear a pierce or anything. But we'll find out when I try the first shot. So what I like to do is just line up the pellets, making sure that they're in the right location. Double check, look for the beginning of the belt. I can't remember which way it goes, and I doubt it really matters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it here. And I don't even know if you need to rack these things. And I probably don't even need to use the iron sights. But I'm going to rack it anyway because that's what you should do in a normal situation. And I'm going to take a few shots with the GoPro on my chest just because realism. And then I'm going to change the angle. So the first one's just going into the pond and hopefully I don't hit any fish. Yep, perfect. No recoil really to speak of. I'll do maybe another one. Let's see if I can. Yeah, let's just try to place one right in the moss, the algae. Oh, it drops quite a bit actually. There, I got it at the top of the moss. Trying to drop one in the middle of it. There we go. That one went right in the middle. Safety. And I'm going to change the angle now so that you can see me more shooting it the way it looks. Hopefully that's a good angle. Oh, the wind is trying to blow the GoPro off the deck. I promise you, if it blows the GoPro off the deck, I'll jump off the deck and retrieve it. It's really starting to blow now because it wants to see me do that. You don't have to wind, you don't have to blow it off. I'll just do it. I can tell you want me to do it. So don't blow the GoPro off. I'll just jump off the deck after we're done here, okay? First we'll run some drills. Alright, looks like we're good. Engage. Engage. Rip. Down, safety. Return. At ease. Alright, now I don't know how many left we have, so let's double check the magazine. Let's take it over here first too. Looks like we got a few left in there. I'm not gonna mess with it because that's the we'll just keep running it until it's out. But first I'll jump off the deck like I promised. Just so you are aware, that's pretty high up. So, and I'll show you exactly how tall it is after I drop it. Ready? Let's go. Okay, and just so you know, I'm 5'10". I'm 5'10". And I'm not going to climb back up it because I don't want to accidentally hurt the railing. Pulling on the railing could I could yank the railing off by accident. You want to see me do it again? Here we go. See me do a flip over this one too? I can do a flip over this one. Remember, 510. There you go. Back to work. All right, let's just get the last few rounds out of this. And yeah, I know I'm putting lead into the pond. I probably shouldn't do that, but all right, other side, left side. I'm trying to give you a good angle. There, I'll just do it like it's hard with the chest rig on. I'll just do it like this. Oh, it's out. I heard one hit. Wait, let's just double check. Yeah, it's out. But fortunately, these containers give us a number of rounds. All right, so this way. Oh, it's not out. It just stopped. Apparently, I need to rotate it. Yeah, it's still got rounds in it. It's just the belt, I guess. Maybe it could use some like. See, the thing is, if you lubricate the belt, you might accidentally not like over lubricate it, and then it won't be able to catch and feed. But if you don't lubricate it, it also might not be able to catch and feed. So in this case, I didn't lubricate the belt. Every single one of those was a hit on the trees down there. See those 3 trees? That one, and that one. I ran multiple rounds on each of them, and every single one was a hit. Oh, it's empty now. I heard that because it was like, it sounded hollow. Yep, this time it ran every round. It just paused at some points. Apparently, he uses the term rounds interchangeably with rounds. Fascinating. What a dialectical behavioral student. Imagine there was a crab apple installed. Dude, just download some more ammo. It's not that hard. Just download the ammo. Oh, there was, I could have sworn that was not in there before, but that's what I'm talking about. I'll just poke that one out. And I don't like to use rounds that didn't go through. That usually means there's either something wrong with them, or by removing them, you may have caused something to be wrong with them. It's actually so serious that even with airsoft pellets, sometimes if I just drop one onto the table or something, I actually won't even use that one. Just because airsoft pellets are like fairly inexpensive, and I don't want to mess up my equipment anyway. And also it's just because I'm like hyper conscious of the fact of if that was a live round and I caused a minor blemish in it, it might mess up the rifling of the barrel. and or potentially just turn into a bunch of shrapnel in my hands when I try to ignite it, which I don't want. The whole point of that is to avoid having a bunch of shrapnel in your hands. And or face, feet, butt, cheek, organs, dick, vagina, if you have one. All those places should be free of shrapnel, and I'm pretty sure the point of live rounds is to prevent that. Oh, look, he's shaking. That must mean he's invalid or something. Or it means that I have a disease. And actually, I have a degenerative dopaminergic disease that I was treating with a medicine that I was able to extract in my own vicinity in a very legal way. And that there was a interference. There was past interference. And that you shouldn't make fun of me for having a disability unless you want one too, in which case I'll be happy to oblige. I have many ways to do so. I'll just put it there for now. If I had like a head mount for the GoPro, that'd be easier for you guys to see me hitting the targets and stuff, but I do not right now. I have an airsoft mask, which I put a GoPro thing on. But I don't have that with me right now. Alright, well, let's see. Swag Money AP. That beat is fire. Prepare to incarcerate. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, more. Someone farts. Safety! Damn! Now we can't hit him before he touches the doorknob. I've actually ran some tests with this thing last time I shot it, and I'm pretty sure it could pierce your dome. So I wouldn't recommend aiming these at people. Oh, I have to pee, and like I said before, if I wasn't under attack, I would just leave the GoPro on while I pee, but unfortunately I have to take it off. See ya. One must be careful with pee-pee footage, but I like peeing off right there because I've done that for my whole life. I just pee right through there. I used to be shorter, like a little kid, and I had to pee through this one, but then I grew up and now I pee through this one, and I always try to hit that. There's a stone down there. I always try to pee on that stone. There's some other places I like peeing, and yes, we have no bananas today. Yes, we have no bananas. Yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today. Alright, what's next? I think I'm just gonna perform what's known as a mag dump. Right-handed? No, left-handed? Which one should I do? Let's flip a coin. Left-handed. I'm doing it one-handed so that you can actually see it because of the GoPro angle. Ready? I'm just going to dump into the woods. It's not going to be a big issue. It's a little bit uneven, but you can't really expect perfection with these things. It's just a pellet. Look, it didn't even freaking go. All of those were like, look, almost every single pellet is still in this belt. That, I definitely shot more rounds than that. And I definitely shot more rounds than that too. So, anyway. We'll just load it back in. We'll just keep going until it's empty again. I swear, I don't remember which way it goes. There should be an arrow in here that indicates which way the belt feeds. That would be nice. And I don't want to have to go through the whole experimentation process just to figure it out again. I could, but that's not what I'm here for today. Here for, therefore, olfactory statements. Actually, now is not a bad time to reload the rest of the belt. And that way I don't have to waste a bunch of CO2 just to figure it out. Usually I would just press R on the keyboard, but, you know, someone put me in an immersive simulation this time. Apparently this is not a game. Would anyone like any more annoying noises while we wait? Here, I'll give you one. Ready? How was that? Not annoying enough, you say? How's that? That's probably pretty annoying. How about this one? I love this one. I love that one. There we go. Wait, no, there we didn't go. If that doesn't work, I don't know what to tell you. Apparently this guy's also Tony Montana and can just fire from the hip at will. Yep. The only reason I'm holding it like this is because it looks better on the GoPro. Let's see if I can hit a tree from the hip. Let me see, hold on. Missed. There we go, I hit it. I have to pull it up. Oh yeah, mag dump, right? Right-handed mag dump from the hip. Here we go. Yep, those are leaving. Here, I'll do it into the pond again. It's not a full mag dump, but you get the point. And this isn't Time Crisis or anything, so I don't need to impress you. Yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today. Today, we have no bananas today. But our answer is still yes, we have no bananas. Excuse me, do you have no bananas today? Yes, we have no bananas. My hands are a little bit numb from the lead again. Dude, you know what'd be crazy? Is if they're putting fentanyl in these fucking pellets. That would be gnarly. It's honestly not a bad idea. If you're gonna shoot something living, you might as well put some lidocaine or something in the round. I don't want to shoot anything living though. That's not my favorite. My favorite is fun, not horror. I hate horror. I don't even like watching horror movies. I just straight up refuse to. It's not fun to me. I don't mind survival movies, but I hate horror movies. They give me nightmares. I don't stop thinking about them. Actually, I watched one horror movie with a group of friends once in a movie. Oh, I watched actually I Am Legend technically counts. It's a survival movie, but it's kind of horror-y. I watched that on my 13th birthday with my friends, and that was fun. That's a movie I don't mind as much because Will Smith is actually really capable in the movie. Actually, the way that he used to work out, or the way that he worked out in that movie, where he was like doing the pull-ups in his house and stuff, I found that really inspiring, and I actually used that to incorporate that into motivation for my own workout routine. Nothing like physical fitness to keep you alive. I don't think I need to do any more rounds for the hip. I think I paid my YouTube dues for today, so I'm just going to put the GoPro down and then fire at stuff for fun, and you can just watch me do that. Still 2 out of 3. Let's try a closer one. That was 3 out of 3. That one was 3 out of 3. Two out of 3 again. Oh, it's out. Wait, no, that doesn't sound like it's out. It is out. Or either out or stuck. Looks like it's out. Man, I told you we had no bananas today. Oh, you know what song I haven't played in a long time? Pink Panther. But the fact that he's singing while he's loading means that he's a terrorist. No, it doesn't. You're wrong. You are so wrong. But I saw him drink tea. And there's definitely alcohol in there because I said so. No, you're wrong. Actually, there is alcohol, but it's called sugar alcohol. And it's not the same as the type of alcohol that you are referring to. Go ahead, go buy one if you want to try it.
But you didn't open it on camera. Therefore I can arrest you.
No, you can't. Actually, all that happens when you try to do that is I arrest you, and it's not a metaphorical arrest, it's a cardiac arrest. So be careful, you dig? Wallow V, whacking shit up since 1828. Alright, time for some canted action. Three for three right off the bat. He's a canted master. Woo, woo, woo. Dude, this shit's about to get hella canted. Watch how canted I can get. Ha! First try. Left side cant. Dude, you can't hit that. You're correct. Watch me cant and hit that. Bitch. Alright, I'm bored now. We have to get rid of these rounds. I think it's out. Yep. Thing is, I wasn't kidding about this CO2 cartridge. That thing just keeps going. And wasting CO2 like that is an unnecessary part of the process. I would rather keep, even though I'm bored, I'd rather keep having fun and practicing. And when I say bored, and I can be bored and fun at the same time. It's just that the novelty wore off because I don't do this that much. And then it was exciting because I was like, oh, let me do it this way. And then it's like, okay, now I did it. Back to, and that was the climax of the experience. So now I'm bored, but I'm still having fun. There's nothing wrong with being bored and having fun at the same time, especially if you're using this time to practice. Practice oftentimes can be very boring, but it can still be fun.
But aren't you supposed to have a lackey that does this stuff for you?
Well, I wouldn't know because I've been treated like a lackey my whole life. But then everyone gave up on me, so the only person I'm lackeying for at this point is myself. You know what the problem is with these bitches?
They lack E.
That's the sound of my M4 box. It's very cute. It goes... Bugs fighting in my territory?
Smash. Smash, smash. Smash, smash, smash. Smash, smash, smash.
You want to see what those bugs turned into? Look at that. Those are the bugs that just were fighting them. It was 2 of them. They were grappling. Not anymore. Well, actually, I was going to say not anymore, but actually now they're grappling forever. I just sent them to warrior heaven. They're going to be eternally dogfighting. If they weren't best friends before, they better get acquainted now, because that shit's forever. Wait. This way. Now I know what happened. I fed it in upside down. I started feeding it in upside down when I was like, how did that get backwards? And now I'm nauseous. Fuck. I killed something and it made me nauseous again. I killed 2 things. Immediate nausea. Actually, it was a little bit delayed. It was like 30 seconds to a minute before I started getting nauseous. Just looking around to make sure the bug police weren't gonna show up. Freaking bug police. They always show up at the worst times. This can't be real. Oh, I assure you, the can't is real.
Okay, now who wants to see me mag dump?
You ready? Okay, there was one left in here, and I left it like that and shot, and it didn't get ejected. It was already on this one, which means that it goes counterclockwise. So I'm gonna set it here, and I'll shoot again, and it should eject. Yep, and I got a hit off it too. All right, that's all of them. That's all of them for this round. And then I'll do it one more time just because I'm pretty sure that, wait, this way. I'm pretty sure that the CO2 is starting to run out. And I could probably even do another round after that because they're still ejecting the pellets, but at this point, as long as I've done my due diligence of trying to get all of the CO2 used, or at least utilized. It doesn't all have to be used, but you should at least utilize it, which relies on it actually relies on a statistical pattern, as opposed to an all or nothing. It's a statistical pattern of efficiency, which includes waste. I have utilized it, and if there was anyone else here, I would let them use the rest of it. I mean, anyone else here that wanted to shoot the pellet gun, I would let them use the rest of it after I've utilized the amount of CO2 that I wanted. Because its utility requires application of manners and force of action, and it must have a rate of effectiveness of 73%.
Good effect on target, soldier. Now, would you like to play Super Smash Brothers? On N64? Yes. There he is. Hell yes, brother. Loops. Left-handed mag dump after a few can'ts. Oh my god, I can't see. I can't see. Ah! First try. El Elos Bugzors detected. There. Wind was blowing, I had to adjust the trajectory. Alright, let's do a few normal shots as well. Alright, time to mag dump again. Alright, that's all of them. That's all of them for now. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to strap back up. There's still some more CO2 in there because it ejected every single pellet, so it's not totally weak yet. But instead of pressing my luck, I'm just gonna call it a day on the range. Range is no longer hot, as they say, although it wasn't hot in the first place because it's not a range and these are not live rounds. But it's good to stay in the mentality of remembering what that stuff means, at least. So now, hopefully nothing explodes as I remove this. And also I'm aware that this could freeze my fingers. So I'm gonna let it out little by little and keep my face away from it. And keep my fingers away from direct exposure. They're actually, wait, don't jump to conclusions. It's not done yet. Yeah, there actually really wasn't that much CO2 left in there at all. It was just a very efficient, machine. That's all it was. And I stopped at exactly the right time. Hoorah type beat. I meant to show you that process, but I guess I did. 360 no scope.
Don't worry, it was completely unloaded and the safety was on. I didn't even pull the trigger, I just showed that there was no scope.
Well, that's one way to do a 360 no scope. Oh, I just said do a. That's one way to do a 360 no scope.
Do it! Pretty sure I would have just gotten shot in the back just then if I'd done anything wrong. Someone would have been like, shut this motherfucker up, and everyone would have been on the same page about it. There would have been no words exchanged. It's just whoever had the closest shot with the most effective aim to one of my lungs, they would have just shot me in the back. They probably would have tried to shoot me through the heart and the lungs.
Going to work now? Okay, let me know so I can get a little bit of footage of it. All right.
And then this is spent, but I have to recycle it, so, oops. Goes there, that goes in there. The funny part is, I'm so annoying, you probably could have shot me through the lungs and the heart, and I probably would have just kept making that noise until I died. And then, because I died while making the noise, you would never forget the noise. Anyway, my dad's gonna go get ready to do the bonfire. Or not, it's not a bonfire, it's a brush fire. We have to dispose of some brushery. And diesel is flammable. And so often what my dad will do is he'll put some diesel on the brush, and then when he lights under it, it goes up, catches the diesel, and then there you go, voila. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop filming now. I'm gonna go, what's it called? Put some stuff away, and then I'm gonna go play Super Smash Bros. On the N64 and film it on my phone. Let's go. Can I light it?
Yeah, but I want to eat first.
Okay, I'll go get my Zippo so I can light it with my Zippo. I can go get it. I'll be right back.
got 2 bars, that should be enough.
Yeah, when I get one that doesn't stop.
Okay. Ooh, there's a dead thing. That's like a dead eagle. All right, I haven't been on this in a long time either, so hopefully it's still alive. Ow, dude. Copy that, Mr. Capiche Man. Since I've been doing military drills today, you want to see me climb up to the top of this thing? Hopefully it doesn't frag out. Ow! Just so you know, I touched the branch. The reason I said ow when I dropped that last little bit is because one, rope burned me a little bit here, and then, as I expected, this thing curled around in my crotch and whacked me in the nuts. But fortunately, it wasn't that bad. Now time to sit in the nut torture chair. And I only say that because that one James Bond movie where she was like whipping him in the nuts because he was sitting in a chair like this. That's called misandry. And unfortunately, that sort of mentality has perpetuated way past its due point in our society. Did you call them? So I can light it now?
Yeah, on this side. Because the wind's blowing this way or what?
And where'd you set? Okay, I see. Yep, I got it.
Hard, I got a longer.
No, that should be good.
Yeah, alright. Pretty windy.
Yeah, it's not even the wind, it's just it keeps choking the flame as I get close. But no, I already got, see look, it's going. I can do it, it's just the way that it was being done. Interesting. Well, I know what I can do. I can go like this. There we go. Oh, but this one went out.
Oh, by the way, be careful climbing that rope.
I already climbed it. I'm done.
That's fiberglass.
I'm aware of that. That was the first thing I commented on.
They have to be like on the other side. I'm burning here.
What is that supposed to mean?
I'm focused.
So am I. Why'd you say that?
Well, let's step back.
Dad.
Kind of like, are you working with me?
Yes.
All right, step back.
You said I might want to.
Yes. reason I started on this side is because if I started on that side, it would catch too fast and maybe blow towards the woods. So I wanted to turn slowly against the wind.
Check this out.
Is that like the springboard floors?
A little bit.
I'm going to put that on the end when this is all burned down and it's just hot coals.
Now the camera is going to get too hot before I get too hot, so that's why I'll have to step back. The camera is going to get too hot in about 5 seconds, so I'll take a step back. I'm going to put this here for a moment. fumed on, so let's keep an eye on it.
What's more risky is the dry stuff in the woods.
Yeah. I just noticed the heat. I can see the heat waves
Yep.
at the branch.
I might have to move this part pretty soon.
Yeah.
Is that thing stuck on there or just sitting on
Nope, nope, I'll grab it. Camera's hot again. I think I'll pause the camera for now. Now, I get nauseous when I drive to and from the cabin, so always make sure to smoke a CBD joint, or I try to remember to smoke a CBD joint before both drives, which is what this is, which does not have THC, because it helps me not be nauseous. And we have some coffee left. My mom made coffee this morning. Or my dad. Probably my mom. She usually does that. Aero freeze, yes. When your baby is inducted into the Born Ultimatum program. She said, we don't even have to develop these diseases because we nip them in the bud. Because we've developed the blueprint. We will automatically circumcise anything that looks like a bud. With extreme prejudice and double standards towards males. I know that's not what she's saying. I'm just being triggered. Triggered! NPR people talking and I'm mocking them. The thing is, people think that stuff is just a figure of speech until it's no longer just a figure of speech. And then often they don't have time to review the fact that it was a result of them using something that they thought was a figure of speech, but was actually not at all a figure of speech. Or rather, it was up until it wasn't. I mean, it's true. Your chance of getting an STD is greatly reduced if no one wants to fucking have sex with you. But it's greatly increased if you push through that, manage to have sexual intercourse anyway, and then are cheated on because your hormone balance is wrong, because your pheromones aren't outputting the correct amount of seductivity, so that your partner basically doesn't even consider you their partner. And that's more common and prevalent, I believe, in the modern era, due to the availability of the hookup culture as a result of social media and phones and shit. I think it used to just be a sign of, hey, look, I don't need comfort. I'm a real man. You be my comfort. But now it's a sign of, I can't comfort myself, so I'm a codependent. I don't need function. I can just be so dysfunctional that everyone else around me frags out. I don't need to adhere to proper consent because I can just force entry. Obviously, I don't condone that. I'm just commenting on a messed up part of the culture. It goes both ways, too. Mom, I killed a couple bugs and I got nauseous. And it made me realize maybe the reason I'm getting nauseous when I drive to and from the cabin is because people are trying to follow me and they're trying to kill me, and then when they don't succeed, they die. And it makes me nauseous because I get a kill hit. By the way, there's a wasp right near you, so I recommend moving. It make a lot of sense since someone pointed a gun at me on the highway 2 weeks ago, was it? Humans. What if GMOs are just dudes skeeting on and or in food products? Yeah, I'm actually quantificating. When I don't have a book in front of me, I start riffing when I'm smoking. Or a YouTube video or a project. Anyway, good coffee. Time to go home.